Recovery from addiction is not just possible, it is probable. Millions of Americans have gone on to live fulfilling lives in recovery from addiction. You can help your loved one get into treatment today. Call 1-800-662-4357 for drug and alcohol treatment and support services in your area. Recovery starts with a call. Call 1-800-662-HELP today.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Quintessence Theater is ready for the holiday season at the historic Cedric Theater on Germantown Avenue in Mount Airy. Now through December 31st, 2 musicals are staged that are perfect for families ages 9 to 90. The Fantastics, famous for being the longest running musical in theater history, and the international phenomenon, The Little Prince Musical, based on illustrated novella Le Petit Prince. Both shows are family friendly with tickets for youth, students, seniors, and groups. For show dates and times or subscriptions, tickets, and discount information, go to qtgrep.org. That's qtgrep.org.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute?
When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can, making sure they're safe and comfortable. But it's just as important that you take some time for yourself. At AARP, we can help with information and useful tips on how you can maintain a healthy life balance, care for your own physical and mental well-being, and manage the challenges of caring for a loved one. Because the better care you take of yourself, the better care you can provide for your loved one.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Why is WURD important to the community?
It's important that there's someone from the community that's authentically talking about the problems and all the steps that need to be taken to get to a better place.
And it gives them a platform and an opportunity to share their expertise and love of the culture.
And it's critically important that people have an opportunity to speak, and it's even more important that people have an opportunity to be heard.
WURD is the community and of the community.
WURD serves as the voice for the community.
It gives a sense of connectedness among people who aren't necessarily in front of each other physically, but they feel and connect with each other over the air.
I'm so glad they're coming to Mantua.
It's in the name. WURD is the word. WURD gets the word out to the community. WURD connects the community. WURD empowers the community. WURD embraces the community.
We are 20 years strong, giving voice to the community, and without the community, there will be no WURD. We are one and the same, and it is not a game. WURD.
Celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk media. This is WURD, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online at WURDradio.com and the WURD Radio app.
The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on WURD Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L. O. G.
What's that?
What? It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Hello, and welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Welcome to Wednesday, December 13th. Happy middle of the week, family. How are you making out? I pray that you are having a great week thus far. I pray that all is coming along well in this holiday season. Are you making out in the holiday season? That's a whole nother thing. Have you decorated? Do you decorate? That's another question. Do you decorate? I have not, as you see. I have not decorated. I don't know. I don't know, family. I don't know. I don't know. Do you decorate? I want to know. And if you do, like, do you go all out? Do you go all out? I don't know. Do you go all out for it? In any event, to those of you who are celebrating birthdays, happy birthday to you. Especially if you're celebrating on today. How about that? I hope you are having a wonderful celebratory day. Nick, I'm going to ask you, well, first of all, hey there, hello. But do you decorate for the holidays?
Say that one more time.
Do you decorate for the holidays?
I'm not the decorating type, but I end up doing it because people in my family do it. Like I help my grandmother put up Kwanzaa decorations. So yeah, I end up helping other people do it. But like, is there any in my room? Oh no.
See, now you just said something. I need to find some really good Kwanzaa decorations. That might spark something different because I don't want just the what we become accustomed to. I think some good Kwanzaa decorations. Okay, now I'm on a mission. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for that. Family, for those of you that are joining us by way of socials, let us know. Share a comment or two, or, just show us some love. Nick and I are always happy to have you join us. Or, you can always give us a call. You can do that by dialing 215-634 8065, or you can even call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. We'll take the love any way you choose to share it. I should share that with you. We'll take it any way you choose to share it. And we're grateful for it as well. For those of our family members whose hearts are even just a little heavy today, I am sending you extra love and hugs. You hear me? On behalf of your entire tribe and village, we just want to let you know that you are not alone. We are here. We are here with you. We are here for you. You hear me? We are here with you and we are here for you. You don't have to do this by yourself. You sure don't. No, you don't. So extra love and extra hugs to you. Family, I do want to take some time to share just a few things with you, just a few. The first of which is about the harvest. So, WURD Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. Now through December 31st, visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming give back events in the Philadelphia area. So if your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Visit wordradio.com/the harvest and just look for the harvest banner. It is harvest time, family, and we are sharing information on those giving back to the community. The harvest is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. Family, we are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. And I also want to share with you about membership. Yes. Hey, WURD family, I'm talking to you. This is big news. So from December 1st through December 31st, sign up for a membership and receive 50% off any store item. Yes. Think WURD sweater. Think whatever you like. How about that? It's our holiday gift to you. Your membership doesn't just mean sweet deals. It powers the Black Talk media that you love, that you and I both love. How about that? It's a win-win. Now, don't miss out. hit wordradio.com, grab a membership, and treat yourself to 50% off. It's our way of thanking you for being a part of the WURD family. Happy holidays to you. So, family, it's been a minute since we just, talked, just you and I, just you and I. And Niall was sharing some things with me that are taking place in and around the world. And of course, you know how I am. Every time I read a headline or two that, kind of strikes me in any kind of way, I want to talk with you about it. So I got some things that I want to talk with you about on today. So I'm curious to know what you think and how you feel. I do want to share that some family members are checking in on our socials. Malcolm is joining us. Hey there, Malcolm. He's joining us from West Mount area. He is watching and listening, to be specific. Hey there, hey you. And Raphael Suleiman, he is joining us too. Hey there, Raphael. Always happy to have you here as well. So, fellas, I was just sharing. It's been a minute since I shared some of the things in the headlines and what's going on in the world out here. And I want to know what you think and how you feel. So, the first of which is an article about the TSA. The article reads that officers with the Transportation Security Administration, aka TSA, have set the record for the most guns confiscated in Philadelphia or at Philadelphia International Airport checkpoints in a single year. Officials with the TSA say that officers found a 45th gun at the airport on Tuesday, yesterday, which passes last year's record of 44. The gun was found as a man from Delaware passed through security, officials said. The x-ray machine alerted TSA officers to check with the man's backpack. Now, I'm sharing this because it made me think. It made me think, are we all, is there a heightened sense? And I know we've talked about it. I believe there is, but I don't know. I just want to see, like I said, what you're thinking and how you feel as well. Because as I was processing this story, I was thinking, okay, so are we all on a heightened sense of alert or security? Or, is this just something that's happening? Everybody's just forgetting to leave their firearms elsewhere. But I will tell you that the record for 2017 was 35, 2018, 25, 2019, there were 20 guns confiscated. In 2020, there were 26. So here we are now in 2023, and 45 handguns were confiscated. Nick, I'm calling on you in this hour. I'm going to talk with you and ask you what you think. What do you think, Nick? Do you think we're all just on a heightened sense of security and alert, or do you think people are just simply forgetting to leave their firearms elsewhere?
I think that's an interesting question. I'm wondering if people are. I'm the question that I'm wondering. The people whose guns that they've confiscated, and probably not, are those guns? I mean, how many of those guns were actually registered firearms?
That's a good question.
Because if the gun's registered, then I think it depends on where you're flying to and whether or not you've registered the firearm yourself as saying this is going to be in the luggage. So if you see it, don't panic, because you can fly state to state with a handgun, I believe, but I believe it needs to be unloaded and in your luggage, so it's not like you're just carrying it on your hip.
Agreed.
And that's what I wonder, because I mean, that's not an unusual thing. People think that you can't bring a gun to an airport at all. You can, but there's precautions that need to be taken. So I wonder if people are taking those precautions. But I don't know. I mean, it's a gun. How do you forget about it?
It's a gun, right? But there are rules, and you're right about it, though. There are rules about how to travel with your firearm.
Yes.
His was not loaded. I will share that I did read that it was not loaded, and it was a 357, and it was in his backpack, but it was unloaded. But I believe that it's not supposed to be. And I don't. You know what? I don't even know if he had. You know what? All I read was that it was unloaded, and that is a 357. Let me leave it there. But you raised an excellent point, because we are able to travel with our firearms, but not in. It depends. There's some rules and some things that you need to check first before doing so. So I don't know if we're all just out here not checking. We just
Yeah, I'm
traveling.
not sure if it's because the one with the 357, that sounds like he tried to have that as a carry-on, and I'm pretty sure you can't do that. But I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I believe him. I'm sure he definitely. It's a 357. I'm sure he's not getting on there to use it. But I mean, it's to me that's an interesting thing to forget about. But I guess to responsible gun owners, it's like bringing your keys or your wallet with you. You take it everywhere. You don't even think about it.
And you know what? That's from what I read in this story in particular. That was basically what he was saying. I just forgot. I carry it everywhere. I forgot. But I do know as it pertains to, well, no, I don't know with the Delaware law, but I know with Pennsylvania law, there is no reciprocity in Delaware. Like if you have a registered firearm in the state of Pennsylvania, you are not legally able to carry it to either New Jersey or Delaware. Right. Because there's no reciprocity with the laws. Somebody can correct me if I have that wrong, but I believe that's right. So I don't know if it works the other way, if you have a registered firearm in either New Jersey or Delaware, but I would imagine that it does not. But so I thought that was interesting that here we are, they've confiscated 45 firearms, and they said they were not happy about it. He said, So he was charged. He was charged with a few things. So that was the first story. I want to know what you think and how you feel about that. What do you think, fellas? What do you think? Are we on a heightened sense? Well, ladies too. What am I talking about, fellas? Ladies too. I want to know. Do you think we're all on a heightened sense of alert? Or are we just simply forgetting? We're just like, oh, I forgot. I carry it all the time. I forgot. So the other thing I want to mention to you, I got a few things that I want to talk to you about. The speed limit on Kelly Drive was lowered to 25. Are we all out here flying? Is that what Apparently so. Because the article, as I read it, reads motorists on Kelly Drive must now adhere to a 25 mile per hour speed limit as they drive along the winding scenic road beside the Schuylkill River. The reduced speed limit is down from 35 miles per hour in the latest effort to improve safety on one of Philadelphia's most dangerous roads. So apparently we've been flying around Kelly Drive. So now they're telling us, slow down, go fast. They're saying slow down, go fast. And also, how many of you out here have Teslas? Nick, do you know anybody that drives a Tesla? Do you know anybody that has a Tesla?
I knew somebody that had leased a Tesla, and I don't think that they still have it, but that was the first time I had ever gotten in one, and it was like being in a UFO. The thing just made no noise. It was so strange, but so efficient. I really like it. It's great.
That's the way to describe it. It's so strange but efficient. No,
Yeah. If you're ever getting an Uber and you have a little bit of extra money to spend on an Uber, get an Uber with somebody who has a Tesla. It's like, I mean, it's almost to me, it's almost like being in a limousine. You're like, wow, this is luxury. This is really nice.
The first Tesla I had gotten into was an Uber in Amsterdam, as a matter of fact. And at the time, I was unfamiliar with Teslas. I said, "What is this? Like, what kind of car is this?" I was so amazed because, like you said, it is strange, but it's definitely efficient. It was a wonderful ride. But the article reads that Tesla recalls 2 million vehicles over autopilot safety issue. Well, I said, okay, so clearly a lot is going on with this autopilot feature. But it reads Tesla will recall about 2 million cars over a safety issue tied to its autopilot system. I'm curious to know, what the statistics are. It reads that the electric automaker will release a software update for the vehicles impacted next February. But it really made me think how many accidents that autopilot feature has caused, or, if they're recalling 2 million, that is no small number.
Would you ever feel comfortable if you had a Tesla putting it on autopilot?
I would not. No, I would not. That's going to be a negative. That's a negative, a huge negative. Family, hey there. I am talking to you if you have just joined us. Welcome, that is. Welcome to Love and Life right here on WURD with yours truly. We are talking about things going on in the world. That's what we're doing right now. But when we come back, I've got something else, something I want to show you actually. And I want to know what you think and how you feel about it. Nick and I want to know. So, family, stay with us because we will be right back.
Attention WURD community. From December 1st through December 31st, we've got a special gift just for you. Sign up for a WURD membership during this exclusive period and enjoy a fabulous 50% off any one item in the WURD online store. That's right. Whether it's a WURD sweater, crew neck is my favorite, or anything else in our store, it's all yours at half price when you become a member this December. Your membership not only unlocks incredible discounts, but it also supports the uplifting Black Talk media you love. It's a win-win, so don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit wordradio.com and sign up for a membership today.
What's up, Philly? It's Solomon Jones. The first half of the school year is quickly coming to an end, and the holidays are here. The Christmas season is about peace and love, but can you honestly describe your child's classroom experience as joyous? Don't feel like singing a carol right now? Is it time to consider a virtual education? Is it time for Commonwealth Charter Academy? CCA has 25,000 learners, with over 4,000 from Philadelphia alone, benefiting from a safe, secure cyber classroom experience streamed directly into their homes. In addition, they boast 1,400 licensed, accredited teachers providing online classroom instruction with personalized attention when needed. And don't forget that the CCA community offers over 900 fun and exciting field trips. The holidays are upon us, and if your child is feeling anything but wonderful, maybe it's time to learn more about CCA. It's how school should work.
WURD Radio Digital Tip of the Month with Stephanie Humphrey is brought to you by Comcast.
Two-factor authentication, or two-step verification, is a security measure that requires you to provide additional information before you can log into a specific account online. You may have to enter a code that gets sent to you via text message or use an authenticator app. It's an extra step that might seem inconvenient, but it's there to keep you extra secure when you're shopping, banking, or connecting with others online using social media. Two-factor authentication is designed to keep you safe from unauthorized users trying to access your accounts, and it's definitely worth it. You can visit the different websites you use regularly and search the help section for security topics, ask a friend or relative to help you get set up, or type two-factor authentication plus the account you want to secure into Google. Any way you do it, adding another layer of protection to your online accounts is a good way to keep your information safe on the web. Stay tuned to WURD for more tech tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
For the longest time, it was hard for me to even get out of the house. It took me a bit to understand what was going on, but eventually I learned I had anxiety. Now I'm getting help for it.
Mental health care is working. See what it can do for you at mentalhealthcareworks.org.
This is your celebration.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hannah-Jones, and I want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary, and thank you for serving your community.
Peace and love, world. This is Love King of Soul and R&B, Raheem Devon, wishing WURD a happy 20th anniversary.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk media. You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. So, in this hour, I'm talking with you about life, about things going on. I've been sharing with you some of the articles that I've read in the news and some things that Niall has shared with me, and I was sharing with you that before the break. Well, before the break, I was sharing that when we come back, I was going to show a video to you to ask your opinion because I want to know what you think and how you feel. You know, I like it when we bounce things off of one another. I love that. As a matter of fact, I love it. I love it. And I see that Malcolm, okay, Malcolm, that is crazy. I've got to share this with the family. Malcolm shares, it's crazy to me how people can forget their guns. I once found a 38 revolver under my front seat after giving someone a ride home one night. I got a phone call from another friend telling me to check my car, and needless to say, yes, I made that quick ride across town to return it. He writes, I can laugh about it now, but God forbid if I would have gotten pulled over. You know, seriously, I'm just curious to know, are we just like, we're just comfortable out here with our fire, so comfortable out here with firearms that we're just forgetting that they're on our person. But that's interesting. Hey there, brother Nasir. He is checking in and he's sending peace and blessings to us all. Nasir, I ordered my book last night. Did you order yours? Did you order your book? And Willie Matthew Williams, hey there, Willie. He is checking in as well. And thank you so much. Willie is sharing that he did get a chance to see some of the concert that took place this past weekend with me and my beloved. You know, y'all heard me talk about it. Let me tell you something. I have adopted her as my aunt. Okay. So Aunt Patty. And he shares that he loved it. Oh, by the way, I do have something else that I want to share with you. And Cheryl is joining us. Hi there, Cheryl. And she writes, she prays everyone enjoyed their day and is having a better night. She's spreading love always, always, always. So, family, I was sharing that I do have some things. I have some pics that I want to share with you. I did post two of these in a little thing. I posted two of these pictures, but I want to share them with you again anyway. But this particular picture is of me and my beloved Aunt Patty LaBelle. Look at her. Is she not stunningly beautiful? Family, listen. In any event, I love this woman. You hear me? I love her. But I wanted to share that I posted it on my socials. And I mean, how could I not share it with you? Listen, this is what we do, right? And at one point in the show, this is why she is who she is. She had gotten on the floor. Do you see her on the floor right there? Do you see her on the floor? Do you see her? When you talk about performing, she put on the performance of all performances, but she always does. So I was just amazed as I always am. Amazed. But then yesterday we were talking about Dionne Warwick and it being her birthday yesterday, and I wanted to share this picture of the three of us, our beloved Avery Sunshine, and there's Dionne in the middle, our beloved Dionne Warwick, and me smiling. You see every single tooth in my mouth, don't you? How could you not? How could you not? And that was taken just a few months ago. But we were celebrating Dionne Warwick yesterday, and I could not find that picture to save my life. And I did want to share with you all as well. I talked with you all about Love on Fire candles, one of our guests that we had here. And I told you that I went to, I think it's called Candles After Dark or something. I was making candles. So I wanted to share. There I am. There was me sitting there making my little candle, getting everything situated. So I was sharing with you. If you want to go, let me know because I want to go back. And I heard from two of you. Now I said, wait a minute, family. This is too much fun to miss. So if you are interested, send me an email so I can put it together. Email me at loveandlife@wordradio.com because I'm going back. So I want us all to hang so we can go together. loveandlife@wordradio.com. Okay. I want to go. It was so much fun. But some more of our family members are checking in. Hi there, Ruben. Ruben Mills is saying hello, checking in. I love it. Welcome, family, welcome. And Malcolm likes those pictures. Thank you. Eric is joining us. Hey there, Eric. Eric shares good evening, everybody, regarding firearms. He writes, in today's times, the average person boarding a plane knows darn well not to bring a gun aboard a plane, especially not revealing it's in your bag. Also, he's heard of TikTokers trying to create videos in an attempt to prove that the TSA is incompetent. It's not cute. It isn't. It really isn't. It really isn't. I've not seen those videos, but Come on, y'all. We've got too much going on in the world. Too much. That's what you have to do with your time. That's to try to prove that TSA is incompetent. Seriously. Seriously. Now, Sierra, I see your message. You did order your book last night. Yay. I ordered mine too. So I was sharing that I read some articles. I do have some more articles. I want to share this article, and then I want to share this video with you because I want to see what you think about it. I really want to know what you think about it. But this other article I read, and you probably saw this already. It reads, Africa's oldest mother, a Ugandan woman, gives birth to twins at the age of 70. So it reads, a Ugandan woman has given birth to twins at 70 years of age. According to the BBC, Safina Namukwaya, 70, delivered twins. The hospital noted that she is one of the oldest women to give birth. She underwent in vitro fertilization before giving birth to the twins. And she told a local newspaper that her pregnancy was difficult in part due to her partner abandoning her when he found out that she was having twins. I don't know. Well, God bless her. I would say that. God bless her to want to have children at 70 or to even want to bring them into this world as it is today in 2023. But I'm just curious to know what you think and how you feel. But again, I was sharing that there's this video that Niall shared with me. And I said, oh my goodness, I've got to talk with the family about this because I want to know what they think. I'll set it up. This video is about a couple talking about how praying before discussing a disagreement helps them in their relationship. Right? Take a look.
Thing that we've implemented that I truly appreciate is, and I got this from Keon, when he first brought it to me, I was not a fan. The whole like praying before we have the conversation. Yeah. So, you can feel probably the tension in the house or something happened. It's like, bad when I have a conversation. For me, I feel like the defense would go up, like a wall would go up a little bit, like, all right, well, he about to say something to me that I did wrong. Now I'm like, well, let me make sure I get my list right of what I need to say. And so that he know that, Like, that's kind of how I started out in the marriage. Like, I used to see it as like me against Keon, but we are not against each other. We're together. So when you are having intense fellowship, remind yourself that like we are in this together. It's really us against the enemy. We're not. It's not about me against Keon. It's about us against the enemy because the enemy sent that thing to be able to cause division, to cause us to be at odds when we know that God is all about unity. So when we do have these moments, us taking a moment to pray is preparing our minds to be able to come together to low-key like have warfare and be able to say
with humble hearts.
With a humble heart and say, look, we've prayed, God come into this conversation because we need you, because we don't want to stay in this moment of division longer than what is necessary. So praying prior to the conversation is super duper helpful, keeping your mind and your heart in the right place to hear the other person and for you to be reminded of what we came to even talk about in the first place.
Yeah.
Family. What do you think about that? What do you think about that video? When Niall sent it to me today, he shared it, and it. First of all, I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed with this young couple, and how they are navigating married life and just life period. Because that was, I thought that was really insightful. I really thought that was insightful and impressive. So impressive. For those of our family members who are listening and are unable to see, I just shared a video of two married individuals, a young couple who were talking about how they navigate disagreements. And they were sharing that they pray before they talk about whatever the issue is. I love that. I cannot express to you how much I love that. I just really love that. And I love that for them. I love that for them. I applaud them, and I'm grateful to them for sharing that, with us, with everybody. But I'm curious to know what you think. Now, I don't want to sit here and just tell you what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling. You know how I am. I like to talk with you and talk to you. I like to know how you think and what you think and how you feel. So what do you think about that video? I really, something else that impressed me in the video was that she listened to her husband. The young lady listened to her husband. She said that she was against it at first when he brought it to her, when he brought this way of thinking to her, when he suggested. She said, I was against it. But she said and then I like how she processed it. She said, but no, it's not me against him. This is my husband. It's us against the problem. I love that. I so love that. I so love that. And you won't hear me talk enough about it. So I want to know what you think and how you feel. Cheryl shares that she loves this video. And I love that. I love it. I do too, Cheryl. I do too. I just really think that is so special. To be a young married couple too. I really do appreciate that. Miss Julie, hi, beloved. Miss Julie, she shares married couple igniting energy of positivity, negating a neutral ground before discussion of disagreements. Good evening, everyone. Miss Julie, yes. All right, I gotta take on the candles. I'm gonna tell you, it was so much fun. Okay, Miss Julie, I'm going to look for that. And Joanne is joining us. Hi there, beloved. Hi, beautiful. She shares good evening with everybody. Great pics. She liked the pics I shared. Thank you. You were there. She enjoyed it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And she loves the video. Because it was teamwork. I love that too. I so love just the unity that young couple displayed. Just the unity, the love for one another, and how they put listen, what we're supposed to do. They put God he is at the top where he's supposed to be. She said, when we go to pray, we come together. We pray first. When we go to disagree, we have a disagreement, we got to pray about this. We have to pray about this. And I so appreciate that. So love that. So, Nick, I don't want you to share with me. I know you have some comments. I know you have some things to say, and I always want you to join the conversation. So share with me. What do you think, and what are you feeling about these things that I'm sharing tonight?
For the video that you just played, I heard somebody else say that before. Come to that realization when they have these arguments, specifically with their significant other, and I mean, yeah, that's how it needs to be. I think whenever, especially these days, I feel like people are more afraid of confrontation more than ever. Because they're worried about offending people. They're worried about saying the wrong things. I don't want to make this person upset, or this or that. Or sometimes they're not worried about that at all, and they just want to get their point across and not really worry about what somebody else has to say. But when you're in a relationship, you're working for the benefit of both of you, for the relationship itself. And to that end, just because you might see things differently doesn't mean that you have to tear each other apart over it or this or that. It's kind of a push and pull thing. But so long as everybody's pulling in the same direction and working towards the same goal, I think that's the way to go. And I mean, I have arguments with people that I love to death, and it can bother me. But honestly, I never. Maybe it's just because it's how my family is. It's hard for me for that feeling to like linger, for that whatever I'm feeling during the argument to linger, just because I understand that I love the people in my family.
Right.
And though I may not agree with them on something, or though I don't like their perspective, I value it and I love them. And so it's not worth staying angry at one another or being upset that this person did this or that. It's just difficult for me personally to like hold those kinds of grudges. I mean, that have to be something pretty serious for me to be like, that's it. I'm not speaking to this person for however long or this and that. I think we all kind of have to.
Well, and I understand exactly what you're saying when you're talking about someone that you love and care for deeply. But I think accountability. We talk about accountability all the time in this space. And I so appreciate the two of them holding themselves accountable first, and preparing to discuss accountability with their partner. And I think that as as good and grown adults, we don't always do that. We don't always do that. We don't communicate effectively as adults, because we don't always communicate for positive resolution. Sometimes we don't care to hear the other person. We just want to, So I so appreciate this video because it shares, like, you're going to God to prepare yourself to handle this situation appropriately, and because you ultimately want to give it to him anyway, so that you can move forward and get past it. But I love that. I so love it. Family, it is time for us to take a commercial break. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Stay with us though, because we're coming right back.
Here's what you missed on Wake Up with Word.
So Denzel Washington is playing the General Hannibal. Hannibal was a general from the ancient African civilization called Carthage. Arabs are angry in Tunisia that Denzel Washington, a black man, is playing this general from this ancient black city called Carthage. They're saying that Hannibal wasn't black. Now, the same thing happened in Egypt when a mixed race actress from Britain played Cleopatra. You have Arab nations, their actual governments, actually protesting the casting of black people to play black historical figures, because they want the world to believe that either these figures were Arab or white. My question is, can everybody just claim that we have no history, that we have no significance, that people from Africa were not black?
Tune in to Wake Up with Word with Solomon Jones every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on WURD. Progressive Black Talk Media.
Tis the season to buy a scratch off. The holiday season is here. What a better way to say I love you than stuffing their stocking with scratch offs. Whether naughty or nice, you can give your loved ones a chance to win big prizes and keep them occupied while you fix your holiday dinner. Look for the PA Lottery's new holiday scratch offs. A happy holiday is only a scratch away. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
With the right treatment and support, recovery from addiction is not just possible, it is probable. Millions of Americans have gone on to live fulfilling lives in recovery from addiction. You can help your loved one get into treatment today. Call 1-800-662-4357 for drug and alcohol treatment and support services in your area. Recovery starts with a call. Call 1-800-662-HELP today.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Happy holidays, Philly. This is Mika Johnson of All Black Everything Pop-Up, inviting you to shop black with us this holiday season at Festively Fly Holiday Market. This Saturday, December 16th, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., 990 Spring Garden Street. Shop with 20 Black-owned brands and have a fun, festive time. Live performance by Philly's own Carla Gamble and sounds by CJQD. You don't want to miss this festive, fun holiday experience. Join us, Festively Fly Holiday Market, this Saturday.
Stay connected on the go with the new and improved WURD Radio app. Search WURD Radio in your app store. Stream every show with increased clarity. Easily access WURD TV, EcoWord, and Livelihood. Start or renew your 4-word membership and buy WURD swag. Remember, Black Media Matters. Get the new and improved WURD Radio app today. Available on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. So, in this hour, I've been sharing, what's going on in the world, some news stories that I pulled, some that Niall pulled, he shared with me. And I've been asking you what you think and how you feel about these things that are taking place. So, before the break, I shared a video of a young couple that was talking about going to God before discussing or navigating disagreements in their relationship. And I was curious to know what you thought and how you felt about it. Cheryl responded that some of us, when we have disagreements, we listen to respond instead of hearing what the person is saying. Yes, exactly, exactly. That is so true. And that is to what I was alluding. And when I was saying that, we don't always communicate effectively. So thank you so much, Cheryl, for putting that plainly, because I sure didn't. But that's exactly what we do, and although it's disappointing, it just felt good to see this video. It really, really did. It just felt good to me, so I wanted to share it and see what you thought and see if it felt good to you too. Now, Nick shared something with me about the birthing of twins because I shared a story about a 70-year-old woman, a Ugandan woman to be exact, who gave birth to a set of twins. Now, Nick, I don't know much about the different tribes, but I do know, yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. Nick, what he shared was that in Igbo society, birthing twins is something like an omen. And yeah, you know what? I have so little knowledge of the traditions and beliefs of the individual tribes, but I am familiar. I am familiar. But I'm curious to know because there wasn't any specificity with regard to the tribe to which she belongs, this woman. Um, because I think in the Yoruba tribe, it's different. The belief is different.
Yeah, Carol, if I could just jump in,
Please.
Because I was when I heard the story, I thought that I thought that it was they looked at twins in a different kind of way. I got them mixed up with the Yoruba people. The Yoruba people look at twins as like, oh, look, this is a blessing, clearly from the divines. But the Igbo people are the ones that look at it and go, I don't know about that. So much so that in some cultures, the twins are actually killed, or not necessarily killed, but they leave them out in the wilderness because they're like, we don't want to deal with that omen. So there's very different views on it, depending on which part you're in.
Can I interject? I'm sorry. When you say leave them out in the wilderness for the purpose of killing them?
With the purpose of they're not going to they're not going to raise these children. They see the twins as a bad sign, an omen. I mean, it's hard to equate it here in U.S. culture because we don't look at things like that. But in some of their cultures, they just see twins as like it's not even worth it. It's like malevolent to them,
That is horrific to me. That and again, we're talking about two totally different ways of life and belief systems and traditions, but to leave newborn babies unattended anywhere, that sounds horrific to me. But again, all right. Again, I digress. We are talking, again, we're talking about another belief system, and like I said, I'm vaguely familiar because they fear the birth of twins. The Igbo society, Igbo speaking people. I think it is the Igbo society.
Yes, Igbo societies, and I did just make sure to that I had the right information. It also says where this is practiced predominantly. They were saying that southwestern and southeastern parts of Nigeria, you will have this happen, and it is not uncommon for the husband of the woman to have the twins to leave them because the husband see it as this is a bad sign. This is an omen. This is like taboo for them. So it certainly sounds strange over here, but over there,
Right.
it's they're like, I don't want anything to do with it.
Oh, okay.
But it
Well,
is a miracle that it happened. I mean, at
it is.
70 years old, I had no idea that was possible. I'm not sure how old I thought the oldest woman to give birth was, but 70 was not. That wasn't what I was thinking.
No, I had no idea. No idea. When I read this story, I read it again and I saw it and then I said, okay, let me make sure this is there's truth to this first before I share this with our family members. And yeah, this is true. This is true. I didn't realize any of this was possible. But I mean, again, I can't say that and then say I believe in God because anything's possible. But I was definitely, and I am still definitely shocked by this. How about that? So one other thing I want to share is another article, and it reads that a new Consumer Affairs report shows that Pennsylvania has had the largest increase in grocery prices year over year. Prices that were analyzed are up 8.2% in Pennsylvania in the last 12 months. Vermont, Maryland, West Virginia, and New Jersey round out the top 5 worst states in the country as it pertains to this issue. On the other end of the scale, Colorado, Arizona, North Carolina, Michigan, and Virginia have shown the least amount of grocery price increases year over year. Family, were you aware? I mean, I know we've been talking about inflation and, we've been talking about our food prices, but I had no idea that it was like this. I had no idea that we've had the largest increase in grocery prices. I had no idea. Were you aware of that? I just want to know how aware, how woke, I guess I should say, we all are about what's taking place and what's going on. Because I can't say that I had no idea. Put it that way. I'm just curious.
I'm not surprised. I have to say, I've been buying groceries this entire time, and I feel like one of those old people that like, oh man, I used to go to a McDonald's and I can get a burger and fries for $1.25. I look back on when I was in high school back in like 2016, and I would think, oh, I can get this, and that. Like for $20. $20, I'd be set for like 2 days. $20 don't get me nothing today.
No,
And
it won't.
I can't believe it. I'm not sure what happened. I was telling my friends I like to go to get halal food from the food carts. When I was in high school and halal food was new to me, you could get a whole platter for $6.50.
You could eat for a week. you really could.
It's good food too. If people don't eat it, let me let you know it's good food relative to the price. Halal food today, while still tasting good, while still being very convenient, is at least $8.50 now. It's and that doesn't sound like a big amount, but to me, I can't believe I'm paying this much for it because back in the day I was like, well, $6.50, that's not bad. But it seems like even to get lunch these days, you're spending at least $10.
It's
not
ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's insulting. That's what it is. It's insulting. It is so insulting. Again, you can't buy anything now without you better really budget. You better really budget.
Yeah, that's what it is. You got a budget.
You bet you have to. Miss Julie shares that we here in Pennsylvania are surrounded with agriculture. The least priced because there are so many outlets for produce should be vegetables and fruit. And unfortunately, Miss Julie, it's terrible because everything is included. Everything. I'm telling you, I went to the market today and I stood there and I stood there in disbelief because I said, well, what did I get? I barely had anything in my cart. I barely, but in any event, it didn't matter. I needed it. So what was I going to do? So I did want to share something else we did. Now, I want to ask you a question about this mysterious dog illness with respiratory symptoms. I don't know if anyone's dog, and I pray that your fur baby has not been afflicted or affected with this, but this is an old story. It's about 2 weeks old, but cases of this mysterious respiratory illness affecting dogs, excuse me, had been reported in Pennsylvania. And at the time, this was about 2 weeks ago, it read that the illness did not respond to antibiotics, and it had been detected in at least 15 states, including Maryland, New Hampshire, and Oregon. So I'm curious to know if any of your fur children, my poor fur child, listen, y'all know how much I love my Chloe Chanel. I've walked her so little because of this, because they don't know from where it's coming. So I'm curious to know if any of your fur children have been affected or afflicted. Family, that was our first hour. We've got an exciting guest in the second hour, but it's time for us to take a short commercial break. So stay with us because we are coming right back.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on Evening Words.
Speaking now with Felicia Shenkin, the CEO and founder of the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. She was named one of the top 50 most influential women in business by VIP Global magazine. How did you get into this work, sort of supporting Black businesswomen and solo women entrepreneurs of all, demographics who lack exposure in the marketplace?
It wasn't something that I had planned to do. I kind of got the vision in a Panera Bread one day, and I wanted to do something different in the city of Philadelphia. I was going to networking events, and I felt like the fun of the events was missing. It was a lot of going to and networking and passing business cards, but I wanted something where women could come and just be ourselves, let down our hair, just enjoy each other's company and just have fun, but also leading with content for our business to help us up and start, grow, and different things like that. So that's how the idea got started.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds this week from Evening Words on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
King C. Gillette knows you're dedicated to your barbershop routine. But what about after? What's your routine for facial hair to avoid dry skin, itching, and beard rough? Well, the King C. Gillette Beard Oil is a perfect fit for making your beard feel as good as it looks. It softens your facial hair and moisturizes to help prevent itch due to dry skin. Get facial hair that feels as good as it looks. Just trim, wash, and soften with King C. Gillette.
Staying healthy and independent means staying up to date on recommended vaccinations for COVID, flu, RSV, and more. Get help finding appointments, getting to appointments, or connecting to a variety of other community services that allow you to live your best life through PA Link. PA Link is Pennsylvania's one-stop shop for seniors and adults living with disabilities. Call the PA Link helpline at 800-753-8827.
Supported by a grant from the Administration for Community Living, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Oftentimes, the wheelchairs our veterans and first responders receive from their healthcare providers are subpar at best. Some are falling apart, with a years-long waiting list for a new one. This lag causes a tremendous amount of stress for our heroes and creates a burden for their caregivers. Isolation leads to depression. We build what they need to get outdoors, hunting, fishing, or playing sports. Join the mission at wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Lift up your voice, let it be heard. There is power in your word, word radio.
Cody Anderson was a pioneer and a giant in broadcasting, especially to the Black community. He was the former owner of WHAT 1340 AM, longtime general manager and president of WDAS 105.3 FM, and he was the first general manager of WURD Radio. Mr. Anderson is credited as the person who influenced WURD founder Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, to buy the station. Cody Anderson wasn't just the general manager for WURD. He also co-hosted the weekly Electric Magazine show with Vicki Leach. Cody Anderson was a beloved member of the WURD family.
I believe that, and this is personal, it doesn't necessarily mean this is the rule, but I believe the role of Black radio is to educate, inform, to share information. with this community that we're the center of. And we are, in fact, the center of this community. And I know that this community hangs on every word. And I found out some time ago what it means to this community, this radio station.
This 20th anniversary vignette was brought to you by Bank of America, the United Way, Comcast, and Wells Fargo.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
I'm jumping in with my clothes off.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb, but if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Learn more at ultimatepartyfoul.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We're bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD Radio, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, WURD, Philadelphia. Celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. Streaming online at WURDradio.com and the WURD Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life. That is, woohoo, woohoo. Here we are on a hump day. There's some things that I want to share with you before we continue. The first of which is about the harvest, family. Yes, that's right. WURD Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. Now through December 31st, visit WURDradio.com to find information on upcoming give back events in the Philadelphia area. So if your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Visit WURDradio.com/the harvest and look for the harvest banner. It is harvest time, family, and we are sharing information on those giving back to the community. The harvest is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. Family, we are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. And I also want to share something else with you. That's right. WURD, WURD family. This is big news. This is really big news. So from December 1st through December 31st, sign up for a membership and receive 50% off any store item. So if you're thinking a mug, a sweater, whatever you like, it's our holiday gift to you. Your membership does not just mean sweet deals. It powers the Black Talk media that you and I both love. How about that? So it's a win-win. Now, I don't want you to miss out. So hit WURDradio.com, grab a membership, and treat yourself to 50% off. It's our way of thanking you for being a part of the WURD family. Happy holidays to you. So before the break, we were talking about things going on in the world. I was sharing a few different, articles that I've seen, that I've read, and all of that good stuff. And I asked you what you thought and what you think about these things. How do you feel about these things? Miss Julie was sharing. She shared that here in Pennsylvania, we're surrounded with agriculture, the least priced because there are so many outlets for produce. It should be vegetables and fruit. And she shared that in response to what I was sharing about grocery prices. I could not believe when I read this article, and the article was reading about how much we actually pay for groceries here in the state of Pennsylvania. I thought it was just really, really interesting how much money we pay for our groceries. And it read that the percentage on tax has been increasing year over year, and we have the most. We have the most. And I thought, are you serious? But she also shares that there's more to it. She said she's read and she's verified it from more than one source. So she was sharing that with us as well. So Miss Julie, I'm going to have to dig deep because I was really grossly disappointed to just read that headline, But as you know, Miss Julie, because I know you have to dig deep, really, really dig deep to find out what's really going on. So, all right, family. I was sharing with you that we have a guest in our in this hour. I'm about to say our next hour. What in heavens, Marcus, what's going on with me tonight? What is going on? I can't get it together. Help me, y'all. Help me. So in this hour, we are talking with our beloved. She is no stranger to the show. We all have met her and love her. And for those of you that have not, I will share with you. Her name is Jude Husein, and she was born in Jerusalem, but is a lifelong resident of North Philadelphia. Yes, she is. She passionately advocates for all communities, specifically underserved communities, though. Immigrants and Black and brown populations. Yes, yes, yes. With extensive experience in strategy development for nonprofit, political, and youth serving organizations. She currently serves as the Director of State Advocacy for the Pennsylvania State Senate as the only Arab staffer in the General Assembly. And she's a doll baby. She's one of my beloveds too, one of my boots. So, family, I invite you to the conversation with none other than the beautiful Jude Husein. Hello there, beautiful. How are you?
Hi, Carol. I'm good. I love being on with you. And so this was the highlight of my day. Hi, guys.
Yay, good. We always love when you come. We really do. We really do. First of all, it's all coming along well with you and your family is all well. How's grandma?
Grandma's doing okay in the West Bank and Palestine. She's trying to hang in there along with my aunt and all my cousins, but we're praying for a ceasefire soon. And so I'm really proud of all the advocacy that's happening here and globally. And so we're praying.
And grandmama's how old?
She's 109 years old.
109.
Mm-hmm.
God bless her. Oh. Mm-hmm. Wait, did she just have a birthday?
So that's an interesting question. I feel like we celebrate her birthday every single day. And so that's how we do it.
Yeah, I would too. If I had a gram, if my gram was still here, I would celebrate her birthday both of them actually. I would celebrate their birthdays every single day. So I understand that. That's such a blessing. Such a blessing. Ms. Joanne shares, hey there, Jude, praying along with you daily. Thank you, Ms. Joanne. I love. So you know what, Jude? I know you come back and you visit with us regularly. This is Jude's segment. And Jude always has some interesting information to share and topics to discuss with us. But I would love for you, if you don't mind, to share with our family members who may not have seen or heard our prior conversations what your actual job is in the Pennsylvania Senate and what it entails.
Absolutely. So I serve as Director of State Advocacy for Senator Art Haywood, who is absolutely such a wonderful thought partner in the Pennsylvania Senate and a community leader in district and beyond. And so my role spans across the Commonwealth Commonwealth as it relates to different statewide initiatives. For example, I have an initiative ending campus racism. And so that is encompassing all the state higher ed, college campuses, and meeting with Black and Brown students to hear their experiences as it relates to being on these campuses and the racial discrimination that they face. So that is one of my initiatives, as well as raising the wage across Pennsylvania. We are still at $7.25, y'all. That is absolutely not okay. We are in last place. The only reason why we're at $7.25, we would still be at $7.10 if it wasn't for a federal mandate, but really trying to form advocacy and coalitions around there to, educate neighbors, but also across the board, really advocate for everyone's human rights and dignity that live in the state of Pennsylvania. And so those are just a few of the things that I work on. But I'm an advocate of all kinds. And so whatever comes up, we try to tackle on, especially as it relates to some of those items.
That's a lot. That's a full plate, Jude.
Mhm.
Full plate.
Mhm.
One thing I've never asked you when you visited with us in the past is what can we do as civilians, as consumers? What can we do to help with these initiatives?
Absolutely. So, for every initiative, if you go to senatorhaywood.com, there is a mailing list that everyone can sign up to keep updated. But specifically for ending campus racism, if anyone has gone to a Pennsylvania State College, I urge you guys to go out there and call up your alma mater and ask these institutions what they're doing to support Black and Brown students to see them through graduation, to also make it a safe and inclusive community for all of these Black and Brown students, because they deserve as much safety, as much inclusivity as we can possibly do for them as they go outside of, usually they're from cities. They're usually from Philadelphia and Pittsburgh and the major cities across Pennsylvania. And then they go into more of the rural areas where they are very much the minority. And sometimes, a lot of the time, actually experience racial discrimination in and outside of the classroom. And so I urge everyone that went to a state school to pick up the phone, call your alma mater. You guys can contact me as well, and we can go over a script, but also getting to know your legislators, both House and Senate, right? Like, what are they doing? What are they up to? And letting them know that everyone deserves to live on a living wage, right? It doesn't matter whether your senator or House rep is Democrat or Republican. You got to let them know to keep fighting for it, because there's over 350,000 neighbors across the state that make less than, $8. And so we really have to advocate for them too.
Wow. Wow. First of all, thank you for sharing that information with us, because I was totally unaware. But
Mhm.
as it pertains to the racism on college campuses, has there been an uptick, or has the number, the statistic, always been high as it pertains to racism toward
At
Black?
So, a lot of the time, students don't feel safe to report it, right? Unless you're sitting in a safe space with them, because they're afraid of retaliation, right? A lot of these students are, first generation, or they're taking care of their families, or they don't want to fail their course because they took out a lot of loans to even be on that campus. And so it's become normalized, right, until it's not. And it becomes an isolated bubble for them, where they think it's okay to be treated this way, when it's clearly of racial discrimination, right? You have students transferring out of STEM courses because they're told by a professor that well, you're Black or brown, you'll never make it in a STEM. And so this is really real, and these are real experiences that happen often. But no, we know that Black and brown individuals, whether African American, whether they're Palestinian, whether they're any background, that are Black and brown and identify as such, can be doctors, can be engineers, can be musicians, can be all sorts of things. But as you know, Carol, right, being in the classroom, it's really critical. You're so impressionable, right? Like, the world is your oyster until it's not.
Yes. Yes. Oh
Mhm.
my goodness. This world
Mhm.
in which we live, Jude, there's so much to
It's
process.
real.
There's so much to
Mhm.
process. Oh my goodness. So I do want to share that Cheryl is sending some love to you. She says, thank you for joining us,
Carol.
Jude. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Jude, what will you share with us today? What will our conversation be today?
So I've been getting a lot of questions about the mayoral transition teams. And interesting enough, we had a discussion of how many people are on all of these transition teams. And it seems like there is quite a few of them. And so the number can go up to 600 individuals on different transition teams. And so that's what it's ticking up to be. And so yeah, we'll see. But there's so many different transition teams, and really, really looking into the new year and what to expect in the city of Philadelphia with the first Black woman mayor, which is
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes, it is. So,
Mhm.
okay, for those of us who may be unaware or may have limited knowledge, can you talk with us about a transition team and what the responsibilities of a transition team are?
Absolutely. So people assume that it's one huge team to kind of lead the way into an entry of a new mayor, but you need transition teams in order to kind of pass the torch from, Mayor Kenny to Mayor-elect Parker, right? Like, who is going to really tell you where different projects are or what their progress on there. And so what happens is the incoming mayor-elect puts together different transition teams that span from different topic areas. And so you see arts and culture, that's a transition team. Someone chairs it, someone co-chairs it, and then they have about, 10 or, 15 individuals for that committee. Then there's a housing committee. Someone chairs it, co-chairs it, they have 10, 15 different individuals. And so there's an education committee, and they come from different topics. And what they do is the chair convenes all of these members in a few different meetings leading up into the new year to discuss, resumes, to discuss priorities, to discuss jobs that are associated with that committee. And they review resumes, they review potential candidates, and they put it forth. And so that is what encompasses a transition team. And more recently, Mayor-elect Parker convened an intergovernmental roundtable that encompasses federal, state, and city officials to really demonstrate that there will be intergovernmental cooperation between layers of government. And so this is a first of its kind. We kind of assume that government works together, right? Layers of government that represent the Philadelphia County, and Pennsylvania in general would work together. But this really demonstrates, can she bring together different people in one room? And so that there was a small snapshot of that for that announcement.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for that information. So, what is the average number of members in a transition team? What is it?
That's a really great question. So right now we're looking at 600. It's really up to there's not a rule that I'm aware of that it has to be an X amount of number. But people forget that it's not just a cabinet we have to look at. We have to look at agencies across the city of Philadelphia, whether that's Parks and Recs, whether that's the Fleet, whether that's MDO, whether that's the Commerce Department, the Health Department. And so really trying to have an easy transition from one mayor to the next, because if we see a gap of some sort, what happens is that the city doesn't run the way it should, right? And so if Mayor Kenny and his team decides, hey, you guys figure it out and learn how to govern. I mean, the city still needs to run on January 2nd and 3rd. Whether it's, Mayor-elect Parker's first day or her 500th day, right? And so if there is a gap of some sort where a position isn't filled, that's super, super critical. We can talk about sanitation, leading that and scheduling, right? And they don't have anyone filled, or the person from the previous administration didn't stay, and that was an oversight. What do we see? right?
Right.
We don't see a city functioning. That is super, super critical in a major city. And so it's very important for transition to run as smoothly as can be. There's always hiccups, but the city still needs to function and she still needs to govern.
Sure. Sure. Indeed. 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 Whew, family. Hey there. OMG. In this second hour, are we talking about some things? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And if you have just joined us, welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick. We are joined by our beloved Jude Husein in this hour, and we are talking about the mayor-elect Parker's transition team. We're talking about what's to come with our city, our beloved city, our outlook of the city. I'm excited about what's to come. I will share that. I definitely am. Well, it's a new beginning. I feel good about that, a new beginning. I do want to share that Joey is joining us. Hey there, Joey Dixon is sharing peace. He said, peace, everybody. Well, peace right back to you, Joey. We always receive it and we love it when you share it. Family, we're going to take just a short commercial break, but stay with us because we're coming right back.
Here's what you missed on Wake Up with WURD.
So Denzel Washington is playing the General Hannibal. Hannibal was a general from the ancient African civilization called Carthage. Arabs are angry in Tunisia that Denzel Washington, a black man, is playing this general from this ancient black city called Carthage. They're saying that Hannibal wasn't black. Now, the same thing happened in Egypt when a mixed race actress from Britain played Cleopatra. You have Arab nations, their actual governments, actually protesting the casting of black people to play black historical figures because they want the world to believe that either these figures were Arab or white. My question is, can everybody just claim that we have no history, that we have no significance, that people from Africa were not black?
Tune in to Wake Up with WURD with Solomon Jones every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on WURD. Progressive Black Talk Media.
Join the Business Center's annual Best Practices in Action fundraising and networking breakfast. This year's topic is social capital. They always say your network is equal to your net worth. Realizing the economic value of your business network will take your enterprise to the next level. Come celebrate entrepreneurs, win auction items, and enjoy good food and music. Support TBC's goals to continue to expand quality programming for business development on December 15th. See you there. For more details, visit thebizctr.com/upcoming events or call 215-247-2473 extension 3.
The Working Families of Launa Labor District Council of Pennsylvania, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia are proud contributors to all aspects of growth in this great city. The Labor District Council provides safe, well-trained, productive workers who enable projects to be done on time and under budget. We appreciate our signatory contractors and their commitment to fairness and equality. Laborers, we're building a better future today.
The job search can be a difficult and frustrating process. WURD's Livelihood Initiative was designed to help you find the right opportunity for your next professional move. Check out these recent openings posted on the Livelihood job board at wordworks.com. The Chambers of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia is hiring a research analyst. Penn Community Bank is hiring a customer service representative. For more information on these jobs and others, go to wordworks.com and learn more about the Livelihood Initiative, brought to you by WURD Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are joined in this hour with our beloved Jude Husein, who is talking with us about Mayor-elect Parker's transition team. You know you're invited to the conversation, and if you don't know, well, how about I'm telling you now? You are invited to the conversation. Feel free to share a comment on our socials, or you can even give us a call. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free. You can do that by dialing 1-866-361-0900. As a matter of fact, one of our family members is on the phone lines now waiting to join the conversation. Hi there, Diane from South Philly is calling on line one.
Hi,
Welcome to
Carol.
the
How are
conversation.
you?
Hi, beautiful. I will not complain. How are you?
You know, you have a beautiful spirit. I love listening to you every night. You lift up my spirit. So I just want to thank you so much for the great work that you do in the evening. Yeah. And I want to. You're welcome. And Miss June, your name is June?
Jude. Mm-hmm.
Oh, June, I'm so excited about Sherelle.
Don't even worry about it.
Parker, I'm so excited. I've never been excited. I've been, I'm happy to get married, but something about her is different. It's different. And I mean, she like the police commissioner, great choice. And what I want to know, Fire Commissioner Adam Till, I believe, he's a guest every second Saturday of the month, and he come on himself. He's a commissioner, and he take the time to come on WURD. And he's doing a great job as a commissioner. I want to know, is his name on the list for the fire commissioner? Is his name on the list?
I'm not too sure. We can look that up for you and find that out, though.
Yes, because he would be a good choice because he's doing a great job, and he has compassion for the work, So I hope he's on that list. Yes.
Of getting appointed to the fire. Is that what appointed for a position?
No, I'm talking about the fire commissioner. Fire Commissioner Till, Adam Till. He's the fire commissioner now.
So no appointments and no positions have been made public, which is a little bit concerning besides the police commissioner. And so usually at this time,
I know they had, 3 different people, they interviewed 3 different people for that. Even our current commissioner, he's taken over, what you call it? Temporary commissioner. He's doing a good job too. But the choice that Sherelle Parker, Mayor-elect, that was a good choice. That was really good choice. But the commissioner, I think his name is Buckner. What's his name? What's his name? Commissioner Buckle? Is his name Buckle? Commissioner Buckle?
I'm lost. I don't know.
Anyway, he's going to be the next police. He's going to be the next police commissioner. He did a great job in school because when my children was in school, they was locking black boys up like it was like no tomorrow. They locked my son up for nothing, and if we didn't have the money to pay for an attorney, my son probably would have been stupid stuff. You don't lock kids up for stupid stuff. But he changed that when he, became the head of the school district, the police, of the chief police person of the school district. He changed that. So I think he's a very, very good choice.
Oh, Bethel.
He's
I thought you said, yes, Kevin Bethel.
Yes. Good choice. Yeah, but thank you, Carol, for allowing me to speak. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for joining the conversation. And thank you so much for your compliment. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Family, I'm talking to you. Yes, I am. You two are invited to join the conversation. We're talking with Jude Husein, and we're talking about Mayor-elect Parker's transition team. We're talking about a few things, actually, but in this moment, that's what we're discussing. And feel free, because the phone lines are open, so you can give us a call or you can share a comment on our socials. So, Jude, I have a few questions for you, actually. But when leadership changes, does it affect your job? And if so, in what ways?
So my job specifically, well, we
Mhm.
have, um, eh, it doesn't really affect my position or my job besides just making sure that all of us are aligned on all the same things for the benefit of all the communities that we serve. And so we put community first in the office that I work for. And
Mhm.
so really trying to support Mayor-elect Parker to their best ability is our number one priority. And we stand very firm on that. So we're looking forward to her. But in terms of my position, it doesn't affect my position at all, besides just making sure we provide the necessary support for her and her team, which is going to be really critical moving into the new year.
And you were sharing with our caller about some concerns because some individuals have not yet been named. Why exactly, and why particularly is it concerning at this time?
Absolutely. So it's a little bit concerning that we've only heard one personnel decision being made. And one thing that I could admire about Mayor-elect Parker is she said that the police commissioner will be the number one announcement as it relates to personnel. And that's exactly what she did, which is fantastic. The concern is that there are no other personnel decisions that have been announced. And so we're moving closer into Christmas break with no personnel decisions being announced, whether who's going to be MDO, who's going to be a part of her cabinet. And the closer we get with no one knowing what's going on is a little bit concerning because I mentioned she still needs to govern, right? She still needs a really good team. And what we're also seeing is maybe individuals not wanting to work for a new mayor and not wanting to work for city government. And so, really, what is her team doing to make sure that they're communicating these things are at the forefront and being prioritized? Because we need to know who's doing what. I mean, just as neighbors.
Sure, sure. So, now, what are your individual thoughts on what kind of staff is needed or necessary for the incoming mayoral leadership?
Absolutely. Her close team, her chief, her comms person, her cabinet really need to be made up of individuals that are well-rounded, diverse, and not afraid to really present her with all details, with maybe conflicting opinions, even as it relates to her, to really showcase how neighbors feel across the city of Philadelphia and not just one kind of neighbor. Because there's a lot of pressure coming into this, right? First woman, first African American woman, 100th mayor. I mean, we're looking at a lot of pressure on Mayor-elect Parker, and she needs to surround herself with staff that is able to handle that pressure, be transparent, be thorough, and respond to neighbors. And so those are really key um, uh, people she needs to surround herself with.
So I'm curious to know when you just shared about the challenges about the individuals that have not yet been named, the challenges that we're facing right now. That some individuals do not want to work in government. Some of the issues that these individuals may have, is that common?
You know, it's not as it's been more common recently. And
Okay.
with a lot of what has been coming out surrounding Mayor-elect Parker's camp, and just what has come out in the Inquirer, we're seeing a little bit of a distance where people are unsure what is coming out of her camp, but still want to support her, still want her to have the greatest support. But we're looking at individuals who are weary of joining. And so I've heard more so that, can we really trust, the individuals that are there. And I think it's really important that Mayor-elect Parker's team is made up of individuals that are as thoughtful as can be, because we want all neighbors to feel seen and heard.
Understood. Understood. One of our family members is commenting. Philip Jefferson. Hi there, Philip. Welcome to the conversation. He shares that is so true and on point. What it is that both people want to have the last word and both want the other to see and agree with their point of view.
Mhm.
Um, And Miss Lily is joining us, and she's sending love to everybody, and we receive it and we return it right back to you. Joanne shares, I've been following Fire Department Commissioner Adam Thiel before he came to Philadelphia. He's great. I met the distinct wise Kevin Bethel 2 times before he was offered to be the PPD commissioner. I love that. And Eric has a question. Eric asks, well, he shares first. Good evening, Jude. Welcome. Do you believe our current city legislation has enough diversity, or is there more to come? Also, do you ever get free time to return to LaSalle University?
That's my alma mater. I'll start with the top. I think we still have so much more to do in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And just like walking in a room filled with white people, that's not diverse. Just like walking in a room filled with brown people is not diverse. And same thing across the board. And so I think we have a long way to go to truly be inclusive for our communities. We have made such tremendous progress, but I don't think we should take progress for granted. And so I'm really looking forward to the incoming administration creating a cabinet, creating city departments and agencies that truly reflect the welcoming city that we live in. And so really excited for that. And free time for LaSalle. LaSalle's my alma mater. I'm a huge fan of the new president, President Allen. And so I try to make it there if I'm invited. And of course, we'll be pursuing my master's there in the new year.
Woohoo! Family, you see that? You see that? I just loved you to pieces. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have just joined us, you are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are talking with Jude Husein. And we are talking about Mayor-elect Parker. We're talking about all things involving our fair city, our legislation, the incoming cabinet. We're talking about every single thing. And guess what? You two are invited to the conversation. You can feel free to give us a call because you know the phone lines are always open. Y'all know I want to talk to you anyway. And you can feel free to share a comment in our comment section. If you do not want me to read it on the air, just let me know and I won't do so. But we'll discuss it. But if you do want us to share it on the air, I'll do my best to do so. But know that you are invited to this conversation. I want to know, Jude wants to know what you think and how you feel about the incoming. We want to know. We've had a brief conversation in the past. Well, as a matter of fact, the day it was announced, our newly elected mayor would be our new leadership. But I'm curious to know what you think and what you feel about what we are talking about right here, about the fact that the cabinet hasn't been named. What do you think about that? How do you feel about, or do you care one way or the other? I want to know that too, because I like to know if you do not care as well. But I just want to know, what do you think about the transition team, about the idea of it? Come on, family, talk to us. Talk to me. I'm curious to know what you're thinking, how you feel. And I believe communication is key. I really and truly do. I know that I always learn something, and it is always a goal of mine that if I don't walk away with some new information that you do, that we all learn something, or if we just share and talk about it, because this is the space to do it. This is what we do right here. This is what we do. So we've talked about the mayor's transition team. I had no idea that there could be 600 individuals in a transition team. I had no idea. Eric is shouting to the hilltops. He shares, woohoo, go get that master's. You go get it. LaSalle is an angel. And he shares, thank you for your contribution and dedication. One thing I did not share with our family members, we have about 2 minutes before we go to commercial break, but I wanted to share with them about the event that you organized. I should probably wait until we come back from commercial break, because I really, really, really want you to talk with us about it. But it was a monumental event.
Third Palestinian Day of Solidarity here in the city of Philadelphia.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes, yes. I want to know if you could share with us when we come back from commercial break, all about it. Because I have to be honest with you, I still don't have a good understanding of what is taking place.
Mhm.
Um, but I believe the event that you planned, the solidarity event, was such a genuinely just good event and an effort for to bring everybody together, that I just want our family members to know about it. So if you could please tell us when we come back, family. Guess what? It's time for us to take another short commercial break, but you know that we're coming right back. So stay with us because we'll be back in a minute.
Attention WURD community. From December 1st through December 31st, we've got a special gift just for you. Sign up for a WURD membership during this exclusive period and enjoy a fabulous 50% off any one item in the WURD online store. That's right. Whether it's a WURD sweater, crew neck is my favorite, or anything else in our store, it's all yours at half price when you become a member this December. Your membership not only unlocks incredible discounts, but it also supports the uplifting Black Talk media you love. It's a win-win, so don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit wordradio.com and sign up for a membership today.
Happy holidays. The season of holiday cheer can bring joy, but can also bring its unique frustrations. Many of us deal with grief, challenging relationships with family members, pressures and stress, sadness, and many other emotions. The holidays can be a tough time to manage mental health. The Penn Center for the Treatment and Study of Anxiety is currently offering telehealth options for our evaluation and treatment services. We offer evidence-based cognitive behavioral therapy to children, adolescents, and adults with anxiety disorders. Visit www.med.upenn.edu/CTSA for more information. The Penn Center for the Treatment and Study of Anxiety is currently conducting 2 clinical trials open to diverse participants. The first is a study providing treatment to women who have been exposed to a trauma and are struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder. The other clinical trial will study a mobile app that uses coaching and peer mentoring to reduce suicide risk among young adults who identify as sexual minorities, who are often vulnerable to stressors that increase risk for suicidal thoughts and behaviors. To learn more about either trial or to request an evaluation for treatment, call 215-746-3327 or visit www.med.upenn.edu/CTSA.
Happy holidays, Philly. This is Mika Johnson of All Black Everything Pop-Up inviting you to shop black with us this holiday season at Festively Fly Holiday Market. This Saturday, December 16th, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., 990 Spring Garden Street. Shop with 20 Black-owned brands and have a fun, festive time. Live performance by Philly's own Carla Gamble and sounds by CJQD. You don't want to miss this festive, fun holiday experience. Join us, Festively Fly Holiday Market, this Saturday.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Jude Husein in this hour, and we're talking about Mayor-elect Parker and the transition into new leadership. Now, I was sharing with you about an event that for which Jude was, that she orchestrated, facilitated, is for which she is responsible. And I want her to share with us briefly, if she doesn't mind, so that those of you who are unaware and are unfamiliar are now knowledgeable. But I still have some questions.
Absolutely. So the third Palestinian Philadelphia Day of Solidarity really embraces the Palestinian community that dates back close to 100 years here in the city of Philadelphia, where there is a thriving Palestinian community that demonstrates Palestinian excellence, where Palestinians are doctors, business owners, musicians, students that has historically contributed across the city, both socially, economically, and culturally. And so the third day was on November 28th, where we recognized all of those individuals. And I am Palestinian myself. I am a proud Palestinian. I'm a proud Arab. I'm a proud immigrant, and really embraced all people of all walks of life. This is not just a day for Palestinians, but a day where all neighbors feel welcome to come and recognize the Palestinian community and become a part of the Palestinian community as the welcoming community that we are. And so really, really happy to have it be an annual day in the city of Philadelphia, and look forward to having the incoming administration support too.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I do want to share that Ms. Rosalind, our beloved love bug. Hi, Ms. Rosalind. She is checking in and she's sending love to everyone, each and every one of us. Malcolm shares, in response to what we were talking about just before the commercial break, there are so many issues to be addressed that he can see why it would take a huge team. I was sharing that I had no idea it could take up to 600 members to comprise a transition team. I had no idea. So now, Jude, as we were talking about the incoming administration, what does that mean for the current Kenny staffers? What does that mean for them?
So right now we see that, according to what we know and what has been made public, that there is no word whether all of Kenny's staffers have a job come January 2nd and 3rd in the first week of January. And so that goes to show what is, Mayor-elect Parker's team doing to notify these people with notice whether they will be in their positions. So we're talking about quite a few people, even spanning to IT people, spanning in different departments. And so it's really critical for people to know that they have their job, right? And I think there's a sense of, oh, well, if it's not a higher level position, we don't have to worry about that. But everyone wants to know that there's security no matter what. Everyone needs to know right before the holidays, before Christmas, before, now Hanukkah has come, but before Hanukkah, before all of these holidays, whether or not they'll be there in the new year. And so really concerning that there hasn't been made mention of who is staying and who is going. And so we really have to think about the morality of that and how we are choosing to lead, and let these people know that deserve it. And really great people who have dedicated themselves to public service and love what they do, right? I think there's a notion of, city employees and they're just kind of robots but they truly love to better this city and have dedicated a lot of time to bettering processes and being a part of all sorts of different things.
So in what amount of time is staff, or I should ask, is there typically an amount of time in which current staff or incoming staff is notified, or
So
how is that normally done?
So usually it's at the discretion of the communication based on the current mayor and the incoming mayor. And we'll see that, looking at history, certain key positions, which we've mentioned earlier, Carol, are usually announced end of November, early December, so people understand the different shifts, and that communication is being known to the public and also internally, right? Who is going to lead these departments and what does that look like for them, so they can start making those personnel decisions. And so you always want to do it as early as you can after the general election, because people are waiting, even if it's what people consider, maybe not a leadership position, but still function in those departments. And so what are we doing to making sure we cultivate safe, inclusive, transparent spaces? And so we really have to look at, Mayor-elect Parker's team and what they're doing to demonstrate transparent communication. And that goes back to really Mayor-elect Parker having a staff that is thorough, that is communicative, that is clear, and that really puts community first, and the people that serve community too, because
Sure.
those people matter too.
Sure, sure. So here we are in the middle of December. Could it be
Mhm.
problematic that that a cabinet has not yet been identified? Or, well, how about I'll start there?
Absolutely. And I think it goes back to the point, like, do people want to work for Mayor-elect Parker's team?
Okay.
And what are we doing to get people into city government? And why hasn't there been any announcements?
Sure.
And what can community do to support Mayor-elect Parker in getting people in this, you know, in her team, in City Hall, in these different agencies that span across the city of Philadelphia? And why hasn't there been any communication? And who is making these decisions is really important too, because people want to know, especially in the state of the city, that there is a government that has their back, especially after a really, really trying time in the past few years. And so, really looking to Mayor-elect Parker's team to really uphold communication standards.
Hmm. Hmm. I just have so many things swirling around in my head right now. Eric is sharing a comment in response to your description of the event that you facilitated. He shares that event had to be awesome. I can see the pride in your smile and the confidence in your voice. Such beautiful camaraderie.
Thank you.
I love that. I love our family members. I do.
Mhm.
I'm just so curious to know. I'm hopeful. I will say that. I'm hopeful that even though the incoming leadership has not yet been identified, that conversations are taking place at least, and that some plans are being made in the background, and maybe that we'll all be pleasantly surprised. I'm praying that we will all be pleasantly surprised, because I am hopeful with our new leadership, and I am prayerful with our new leadership, and I feel like a new beginning is what the city needs. We definitely need
Absolutely.
a new beginning. So I am hopeful and prayerful. Jude, I hate that the hour goes by so quickly,
It
but
flies by, Carol.
doesn't it? It does. I feel like we say hello and then we say, "All right, family."
That's it. You guys get rid of me. Oh no.
No, no, no. Never, 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 never. But I cannot wait for your return, and I'm always happy to see you. I love when you come.
Thank you so much for having me. And the family on here is like my family too. And so thank you guys so much for listening in.
You already know your family. We mean like you are family.
Mhm.
We love when you come. We love when you come. Quite honestly, I love the topics that we discuss, and I love digging deep into these things, because where else? Where else are we going to do it with love and understanding and patience with one another?
Absolutely.
So we
One day
appreciate.
I'm gonna have your voice, Carol. That's all I want in this
You,
life. I just want to be like Carol, y'all.
you
If I
know,
can sit here and talk to you guys all day, but have like the perfect pace, tone, I'm just trying to sing too. I have a terrible singing voice.
I did not see that coming. I did not.
I try to surprise you, and I
You
just want to let you know that I truly mean it.
did. That okay, that was I felt, that came out of nowhere.
Came from
Family, you
the
hear
heart.
it did. I know it did. Because you're a love bug. I know it did.
Thank you so much
Family.
for having me.
Thank you, Jude. Thank you, our beloved. We will see you next time. We will see you when you come back to visit with us. Okay. You be well. Sending
Thank
love.
you guys.
See you next time, Jude. Family, OMG. OMG. You see it. See what she did there. See what she did there. So here we are. Another night that we've spent some time together. I love it. I love it. I love it. Just praise God, from whom all blessings flow. I love being able to spend time with you. I so truly do. I really, really do. I just thank you, as I always will, for continuing to support Love and Life. To our caller, Ms. Diane. Hi there, beautiful. Thank you so much to each and every one of you that commented from our socials. I love you. You know I do. You know I do. And everybody listening that I can't see, I'm sending you love and extra love and hugs. And I thank you too. Thank you so much. Happy birthday to you again. If you are celebrating a birthday to you, to the entire WURD family, thank you, especially Niall Jax and Nick Steptoe family. Here it comes. We're all in this together. You know we are. I've got you, though, and I know you've got me. We are all in this together, so be good to you, but be good to those around you. Please, please, please. Just have a great rest of your night, family, and be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. I love you. You hear me? But God loves you so much more. Have a good night, family.